Hey, this is SVL Free News and Views for Monday, March 2nd, our first show here in March. I'm here with the one and only Richard Griggs, Director of the City of Statesville Recreation and Parks. Did I get that right, Richard?
You got it right, yeah.
All right, and we were talking...
That doesn't happen often.
It doesn't happen often. That's right. Now, you have been in this position since...
I've been the director since August of 2018.
Okay, wow, time flies.
But I've been with the department for just a little over 10 years now.
Okay, so,
yeah.
So a lot's happening out here, and the city is very fortunate to have such a facility here. If you haven't been out to the Fitness and Activity Center, come on out. You can do it. A lot of things going on, but we're going to talk about a much bigger picture today. This is the route to recreation. So, Richard, tell us, what is the route to recreation?
So the route to recreation is ultimately the development of a comprehensive master plan for the recreation department. But that doesn't sound very exciting, so we titled it the Route to Recreation, which ultimately the point behind a comprehensive master plan is it's basically a roadmap. It will serve as a roadmap once it's completed for the future of recreation opportunities, facilities, all our planning as we move forward to improve the quality of life here in Statesville. So what the route to recreation will do, we've just sort of kicked off the process. This first phase will involve a ton of community involvement. So there's an online survey posted, which I'm sure you can share the link for that. It's posted. We encourage people to go and fill out the online survey. It takes about 15 minutes, but it's pretty thorough. And then starting tomorrow, March the 3rd, will be the first community conversation. Yep, Tuesday, March the 3rd at the Statesville Civic Center will be the first of 3 community conversations that we're going to have. These are drop-in events. This first one's from 5 to 8 at the Statesville Civic Center.
We're putting this up on the screen right now.
Yep. And so basically it's an opportunity. People may have been to these kind of things before. You'll go in, there will be different stations set up. You can kind of move around the room as you see fit, provide input on various aspects of the plan. We're looking at how we're going to evaluate our programs. We're going to evaluate our facilities. We're going to evaluate our parks. The amenities inside of the parks. We're really looking at everything that our department does and what we do well, where we may fall short and we could stand to improve, and ultimately what people in Statesville would like to see offered through the Recreation and Parks Department in the future. Right.
One of the things, I don't know where I've kind of lost touch a little bit. I know the trail, the greenway.
Sure.
So where are you now in that process?
So we've got one section of Greenway. Fourth Creek Greenway runs from East Broad Street all the way to Free Nancy Avenue.
Right.
And then we've got a section of Greenway that picks up at Pump Station Road and runs all the way to Museum Road, and that's the Gregory Creek Greenway. We've got a couple of smaller sections throughout town as well, but those are our 2 longest sections, and so there is work scheduled, we call it a Greenway connector, that will connect from Free Nancy Avenue. It'll go under Highway 21 and connect with the Gregory Creek Greenway out there at Pump Station Road. So that process is ongoing. That project's already funded. We're just kind of waiting on all the pieces to go together before we can actually begin that process.
So that will be taken care of. The city will build that, or is that a collaboration between the DOT?
I mean, it is a city project, but we'll work with the Department of Transportation. We'll work with a contractor to actually do the design work and actually build the greenway.
Okay, so another thing that people probably not aware of, that you have the Fitness and Activity Center, which is kind of the hub for what you do, but you do things outside of the Fitness Center.
Oh, sure, we do things all over the place. We have 3 community centers. We've got the Fitness and Activity Center. The Bentley Community Center is off of Shelton Avenue. Right. We've got the Bristol Road Community Center as well. That's primarily rentals. But we do have those other facilities. There will be another Route to Recreation meeting at the Bentley Community Center. That will be the second one. That's on Tuesday, March the 24th. But yeah, we do programs and events all over the place. I mean, and what we try to do is make these things travel. So, when it warms up and we start doing movie nights, we won't just do movie nights at the soccer complex all the time. We'll do a movie night at the soccer complex. We'll do a movie night at Harris Park. We'll do a movie night. We kind of rotate them around so that it's accessible to the walkable communities around the park. But the Bentley Center, there's not a charge to go in there and play basketball. We do issue membership cards. There is a charge if you need to replace your card.
Okay, so you can go over to the Bentley Center and people have access to that all. Tuesday, which is election day. The first meeting will be at the Statesville Civic Center. And then Bentley Center will be March 24th, and then in April we'll have back here at the Fitness and Activity Center.
Correct. Yeah. So we've tried to put the community conversations in different parts of town to make them accessible and to make it convenient for the people that live in those areas to get out and walk over and participate. It is really important you know, the success of this plan is directly related to the amount of feedback that we get from the community. You know, like I said, we want to know what you love, and we want to know what you feel like we could stand to improve upon. You know, even looking at the way that we market programs. You know, we do a lot of great work here through the recreation department and through the city, but oftentimes we learn that people may not be aware of it. So that's another thing that we're looking at as part of this plan is how people get information about what's going on inside the city and what we can, you know, how we can do a better job of making the public aware of what we have going on. We want to make sure that our programs are accessible, that they're appealing. You know, if we have great programs but that still need more work to appeal to certain demographics, we want to know that and make the programs more appealing to those demographics.
Because one of the things you as a director, when somebody comes to you and say, "Gosh, I didn't know you had that," or "I didn't know you had that program available."
Sure.
You know, and that's one of the challenges. And then two, you as director, you need to go back to the council and say, "Here's what I want to put in my budget." You know,
Exactly.
You're trying to frame your budget.
Right. And that's what this will help do as well. It will look at all the suggestions. We'll then, once we get all that feedback, we'll start to evaluate everything, and then we'll use the feedback that we get to ultimately prioritize what we determine is the future of options here in Statesville. So we'll prioritize all that information, and it'll help us develop a strategic plan for how we want to move forward, how we look at grant funding, how we look at budget requests, and how we get from here to where, you know, the citizens of Statesville want us to be.
So this is your chance to get involved to determine the future for the City of Statesville Recreation and Parks Department. Richard is always open and available to hear your feedback, and especially at these events here. So Richard.
Yeah, and one other thing I do want to mention, you'll see the posters around town. Most anything that we have out will have a QR code on it, which is the little barcode scanner.
Right.
You scan that with your phone. It'll automatically pull up that survey, so you can complete it from your phone if you'd like. There are these little business cards that are in different places around town as well. You pick one up, it's got the link to the survey as well. So, and we'll also be drawing prizes for people that participate in the survey. We'll do prize drawings every week, and they'll be for different services that we offer. So you might, you know, if you complete the survey and you get drawn that week, you could win, you know, day passes to the leisure pool. You could win a shelter rental. You could win a room rental here at the Fitness and Activity Center, maybe a 1-month membership to the Fitness and Activity Center. So lots of different options. So please get out and participate. We want feedback from adults. We want feedback from kids. We want feedback from anybody that has any interest in the future of recreation in this community. We want them to participate.
So we're very fortunate to have Richard Griggs and the City of Statesville Recreation and Parks Department here in the City of Statesville. It's a resource that you should take advantage of and also give your feedback to make it even better.
Absolutely.
So Richard, thank you very much for your service to City of Statesville, and get out. It's Route to Recreation.